as well from Lugia. I love to see
I do like the Hulk. I do like the Hulk pick, chat.
To see how him and Ducky on the Groot at the time.
I like the Hulk pick.
So well at trying to own that space, and we didn't get to see too much White Fox from this RAD team. We're still kind of figuring out what strat line we want to go with. What is going to be the triple strat?
Oh yeah, I'll move the cam. I think this is the second one.
And,
there you go.
Ducky is going to be on the Magneto, but Smash is the one on the.
We gotta get back into the momentum, chat. It's the first game back, bro.
See him on Daredevil as that secondary when Elsa isn't available.
2, 1.
All right, doors opening. Let's see how the first one goes. One of the things I really want to talk about here with Paso in particular.
I think they lowered the mic volume again, which is a big sag. I can't really hear him, bro.
Instantly getting out after forcing a resource, not really putting much of their HP on the line to claim that initial space.
Pasiwo, when he does get to play, it's either Deadpool or the Venom, and he is going to be the one to lean on, where usually Forever is the one as that secondary Vanguard who's on the Angela, but he'll have to get all the support from DRT, I should say.
Oh!
Bubbles, but that's a great first pick from Reason.
Hugo going to start with, now DRP's looking after Lugia as well. There's plenty of healing going their way from the triple just of RAD, but initially Reason Gaming just claim all for space. It's the perfect pick to get, and DRP's mastery of Magneto is going to be
Yeah, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. Volume's turned up all the way, man. It's the best I could do.
The Mantis, and it's gonna make diving onto a Mantis very unfun when you're just gonna suffer from narcolepsy. But Reason are not suffering from having a point. Little passive dive from Pasiwo, and RAD are working up towards some important ultimates. Mainly just poking things down, protect the Elsa composition. I'm looking to see Mash show us how strong the White Fox is after the pass.
I don't know what he's saying. It's not his fault. I just don't know what he's saying. I think they turned him down even more. I think they turned him down even more.
Rather quickly, and so the Venom is going to be in a very difficult position. DRP needs to anchor down on the point, dragging in Ducky, who has to bring up their metallic curtain to dodge some of the incoming fire. And now Lugia drags everyone forward, ready to go absolute world breaker mode.
Thank you.
He is somehow still alive. The Apex Predator thrown out by Smash, and Reason have not fallen yet. The Venom chops down. DRP and Meteor ends, and RAD are fighting tooth and nail to get the point back.
W production, chat. W production.
Ready, the World Breaker ready to break down the worlds of Reason Gaming now. Kit Kat going to be continuously pummeled away from the fight while channeling that Soul Resurgence, grouping together to try and supplant Ballast, and indeed even on the second attempt of a dance for Butterflies, there's no value to be found. But Ducky, for now, just going to keep it a little bit calm. Doesn't want to move forward into this, but 82% already for Reason. They're running out of time.
And just takes one more fight to win the round. And like I said, this is probably one of Reason's best matches. They forced it all the way to 3 in their
Castilla,
very
appreciate the massive prime sub. How you doing? How you doing?
RAD, though, will have to lead that charge here very soon. Lugia is getting active. But removing these anchors from Reason has been the biggest challenge for RAD. They need a convincing fight win. Are they going to flank with Lugia? There needs to be more commitment than just Lugia going after the strategist. And Reason Gaming, they're not giving this up.
Mash control on the off angle here could be imperative. Lugia's even got damage boosts as they just continue pummeling down DRP, who can't stand up to the verdant fists of fury that are given over by Lugia. And at 99%, that's going to be the flip.
And now RAD have to play flawless from here on out. Expect Ducky to be the one that anchors that objective to stay alive.
Wow, I'm actually really surprised Reason Gaming is like rolling right now, even though like RAD has the Elsa chat.
And Reason Gaming, they're in a comfortable position to build up towards those ults and just pile it onto the point. RAD, though, you need to see Lugia take some initiative as he always has, and he gets pulled.
Ooh, good pull, good pull, good pull, but he didn't die.
Rage of Ultron to try and open it up. This is going to make sure that Pasiwo can stay in for a while longer as well. Down into banner form. The Apex Predator shown it's actually peeled for with the Meteor M from Ducky to make sure they could deliver everyone back to the Elsa. But it seems no casualty is going to be confirmed here. Pasiwo demands an imperative patch drone worth of healing from Nocta. And
good morning.
So
oh my god.
He drops a big one on Lugia right there. And that is going to be a forced re-engage.
Wait, they double support ulti.
It's going to be answered by only one from Seijiro. Ballas hangs out
Chat,
above,
question
waiting
mark?
to try and destroy that that's
What? I don't under.
form, and Nox is getting even more. Just floats
They don't.
imperiously above it all, but it's
Rad is. What is Rad doing right now?
the Ultron, a flight away from Luna, but directly into the hands of Ballas, and Lugia might have to try and stand up to all of this alone as Ducky has bought it off.
What?
Reset, and Rad lose out on the first point. What a show from Reason.
What a showing from Reason.
I don't know who the spectators were, but spectating the Hulk just falling off the map and dying like that, it was like...
Rad are running triple
Bro.
strats. They only have one duelist. All the eggs are in the smash basket, and they
11%. 11% on Reason right now, bro. If Reason wins this series, oh my god, 2.7 million J bucks are disappearing.
Mix up, you want to try and stagger that, and Reason were able to match strat for strat and able to stall out until eventually the damage scales tilted in Reason's favor. Watch out for what Reason can do on Krakoa, but despite going to round 3, Reason did drop this map in the past. So it's about not always how you start, but how you finish.
Yeah. Lugia giving up the Hulk. Heading over now onto a Venom, seeing that
you heard that, chat? You heard what the caster said? Doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. Doesn't matter if you start sloppy, as long as you get it better at the end. And
get surrounded again.
What? The game's not over.
I think wanted to be able to go deeper with his dives. I like this Venom choice, and there is so much verticality on this map. Already the dive initiated from Passivo, but you don't have. You do have a Magneto.
How would we go from sloppy to better? Well, I mean, you play more as a unit. Play more like, I don't know, tightly.
This one up, lets it rain to support Lugia, who's been exiled, so he's almost saved by this moment. And the cap has almost gone through for Rad.
Yeah, this is dangerous times here for DRP. Needs to try and stay on the point, but you better believe a lot of the pressure is going to be going the way of that Magneto. Quick pop in here from Passo to keep this one contested. Lugia Goats already used their own symbiotic resilience. And finally, it seems like Reason Gaming is stepping up to the plate on the point. Might have to see a range of Ultron here just for that burst healing over onto a Venom. Smash Nez, the Apex Predator in the back pocket, knows exactly what they want. In comes the Feast of the Abyss, and boy is he feasting. Ballas for Char Drill on top of it just for a little bit of added flavor. And boy, it's difficult to try and take out Match in that Fox form. It is going to be easy to cap the point with Rad sent scurrying away.
And it's
dude,
so
Reason Gaming is looking really strong, bro.
Triple strat. You only really have that strong CC of the Luna Fox to stop these Venom dives. Like, yes,
they are looking really strong right now.
But the sleep is what's been so critical for Mantis, and that means Smash is not being peeled well enough. He had that Apex Predator for that fight, but was never in a position where he could find a good lane to throw that down. But this may be the perfect moment for Smash, depending if the pins line up.
Spectral Surge, unable to try and get the charm there onto Passivo. It will interrupt the symbiotic swing if it can be found, and controlling the high ground here is super important for Smashnez, given the pathing of the Glartrox in towards the back. That is a huge Feast of the Abyss. The entire backline has had its healing impact debuffed. Up comes for Sanctuary. It's going to be an exchange between the Magnetos who both pelt each other with Meteor M, but now it's down to Crazy Kitty to try and make something work here.
The J3's curse has been activated. Chat, I don't curse teams, bro.
In towards the back line, but once again, it's real value from Sagero. The Novalay with Noctiva comms may well have turned around into a bad position as there's so much healing, and Vertigo's able to...
Oh, what a shot.
With a singular use of the Fate of Both Worlds, Ballas caught with a Spectral Surge. Now Crazy Kitty easily able to just rain Encephalo beams down upon Reason's defense. A quicker flip this time.
Wow, they're still stalling, which is crazy.
A bit more percentage.
Yeah, having that later Fate of Both Worlds, as you pointed out, the strategist ultimates that kept Rad sustaining and kept the fight in their favor at the end. And thank goodness they flipped it at the around 70% mark, because this is how Reason Gaming won that first round on Cradle. The way that they're able to stall out to 99%. Now Rad have a chance, but they don't have any ultimates. It was a big investment. Look at how Passivo is going to kick off this fight with his, and Ballas choosing to go to the Phoenix. mechanics, this is going to be what rains down hell on this team.
An alpha strike once again, but no casualties.
Wait, they didn't get any kills with 2 ults? Wait.
Into the back of DRP. Lugia exchange on the other side, but now Paso has to kind of solo Vanguard this one. They can't afford to flip. Oh, so many members here, including the Magneto. RAD have let the points slip through their fingers. Unforgivable plays, because now Ballas can just claim all this space, and he's in absolute heaven. No one can really do anything as he just rains down fire from above.
Every stagger here is going to be critical, and Ballas's mechanics.
Yeah, RAD is not looking like a good team right now.
High ground. Look at Lugia to soft dive.
I don't think they're on the same page.
For Reason Gaming to
and I thought RAD was going to win this series. There's still 2 other rounds, chat.
Never
but
lost a map, so this would be insane.
Oh, Crazy Kitty trying to take it into his own hands here. Don't want to lose the map, and it starts with the Rage of Ultron. A quick charm onto multiple players for Spectral Surge. Gets its value as well, so follow up with the Fox's Marbles. DRP and Pasuo instantly down. The meat is gone, and that's a quick retake for Reason Gaming.
A lot of effort ahead of RAD to catch up in the score, though.
Oh, Smashnaz is out. He's popping. He's popping.
It is a best of 3, so there's not a lot of second chances you're gonna get. But the Apex Predator is gonna be even better for RAD to defend with. And you have 2 Vanguard ultimates, so Reason Gaming having to fight into this. I want to see these Flyers take control of the high ground to get Nocta in a best position to let his Rage of Ultron unleash. And Strat ultimates in favor of Reason Gaming, so if they can get control of this point, the sustain will be in their favor.
Okay, Rage of Ultron from a little bit further away. That's going to tear through the health of the Venom there. A quick teleport away. Smart play. Is going to be moving quickly over onto that run. And so Nocta just able to continue pounding down from above. We do have a pause coming in here, but we can quickly talk about RAD and what they are going to be able to have to play with here. They've got 2 strategist ultimates, both the Kumiho Unleashed and the Fate of Both Worlds, so I think that they are going to be able to pull through on a defense here, which has got so much sustainability.
And so much damage from the Reason Gaming side. They've just activated the Mantis ultimate, so I'm looking at Ballas to end this once and for all. And man, we're already getting a shakeup, guys, in our very first match. But like,
refund my points. And there's a pause going on right now, which was very
literally
weird.
Can't believe it. I think like if they do win this series, the first interview question I have in my mind is like, how did you guys come up with this composition? We saw a little bit of it from Shikigami, but now we see it here coming out to play from Reason Gaming, and I think a lot of teams are realizing, oh, this actually works really well. The high ceilings that we see for this specific map, it works pretty decently too. There's some decent positioning that you can have with the Ultron behind like the stumps on this specific sub-map as well, so it's pretty great to see the strategy that's coming out from this kind of pick and ban line that we saw from them that's unorthodox compared to what we saw before, especially the Venom play. I love that coming out from Reason Gaming, and they almost went for the ban on RAD, but I think the Invis ban was actually really big here, 11.
Absolutely, and also the difference of having a Mantis to no Mantis, the double damage boost from Reason. You're putting all the eggs in the Ballas basket, and man, is he delivering with these picks, and Reason only need 1 fight win to give RAD their first map loss of the preseason, which is, I would say, unexpected. But like I was saying, Vod, earlier on, that the best version of Reason we saw was when they went to round 3 against Vision on this map. So I had an inkling that maybe the chaos of Domination really favors Reason.
Yeah, Domination, I mean, they've done pretty well so far on that, so it does look good. I'd like exactly the ban line that we had from them here. It's also interesting, too, that
it's like they were the one with the purple hair. Yes.
To make sure that that was taken
I
out
miss
of the
Legday's
equation.
casting. His
Whenever
casting is...
Gambit, they've done somewhat well, so it worked out at the start there.
Is really good.
And hopefully, for RAD's sake, depending on how this map goes, they can figure things out for map 2, but
Chat, I am not going to refund.
They want to make sure that their network
if you make a bet, let's say you make a bet
for this map here, like
in football,
this is down
and
to
they call a timeout, that doesn't mean your bet is no longer valid.
What I've been looking at here is like the new combo from Reason. We're used to in.
Can you please increase the volume? It's already max, man. You're gonna have to increase your own volume.
And Magneto's Meteor M comboed for burst damage.
That's true.
But the interesting thing here is that because we're not dealing with too much overhealth along the among the strategists that RAD have, we're seeing a Feast of the Abyss and Endsong Inferno combo, which is quite interesting.
It's really good.
Feast of the Abyss, it does a lot of percentage.
I can't even
health
pause
damage,
in Dark
as well
Souls,
as
but these guys
applying
get to
that
pause in
healing
a
debuff,
live tournament.
which against, like, a
Well,
huge amount of healing, but
yeah,
very
because there's
quickly,
money on the
like
line.
RAD has such a, like a
I don't think there's
snow,
anything on the
Fate
line
of both
in
worlds.
your
It does seem like it's able to try and
Dark
break
Souls
through
game,
those strategy
other than
shots
your own
and find the
sanity.
casualty. So a little bit of innovation here from Reason Gaming, and you love to see that kind of innovation be rewarded with results.
I was also curious, like, when we would get to see this combination from other teams in terms of like the Luna Snow and the White
I think
Fox
Ultron's
combo,
really good.
the
People
Luna
are
Fox
sleeping
or
on
whatever
Ultron
they
chat.
wanna
Mantis
call the
Ultron,
duo
very good.
as well, between
But
these
I think you
two.
can only
But,
run
I mean,
those in like the
having
triple
that
support team comp.
charm, I really just want to call back to the charm that we saw happen on Ballast right as they were using the Dance of the Butterfly in point one. Like, that was insane. I still can't believe they pulled it off. I thought just the ult just somehow didn't work for some reason, but no, it's just the skill of these RAD players. And I feel like if they use those charms a little bit better, it might work out to their advantage here, but it's a tough spot because, again, having the Mantis damage boost, I think, is a really big difference between the potential of like getting your ults up a lot faster, but also confirming those KOs, especially with Ballast swapping from the Psylocke to the Phoenix. They've just been able to be so much more lethal, it feels like, and not get focused down as much as they were, Jen.
Yeah, and you pointed out kind of the charm of the White Fox and how it canceled that Dance of the Butterflies in the round one. I think Leg Day spotted that, so
I hear,
very
aw,
exciting, but also exciting to get back
Boba.
into games. So it was nice talking to you, VOD. But we have a map to finish or a map to extend, and we're right in the middle of the fight.
Yo,
right now.
Vic Jackson, appreciate Master Prime to over. Mo Buckets for 6 months. Appreciate it.
VFX Predator in towards the back grab. Seizure, beautiful bubble coming on through. Excellent peel that is done over here by DRP, but it seems like Passo has not been able to get value out of their own Feast of the Abyss. Is knocked away from their victims, and so the corrosive tendrils break away. Now looking into a backline once again. RAD double stunned by the incoming flames of a Phoenix up towards the sky. Smashes in the middle. The elephant gun.
This is actually really close. 99-99.
Vanguards, and now it has to be down to Passo to try and stay here in the midst of all this. Crazy Kitty hides behind the log while channeling the Rage of Ultron to just try and get that passive healing and keep them in the fight. Running out of overtime, and Passo was too high to get there.
They didn't get on the
Wait, that was
The
RAD.
Venom was in the air flying.
RAD
The
grab it.
Phoenix
Racing
was
Gaming
standing
build
behind
map
a
through here.
tree trunk.
Now we're going.
And then
to
the
Cradle
Ultron was just
once
trying to
and
keep
for
everyone. Bro.
all. Reason Gaming making this a marathon, not just a sprint, but smash with the beautiful picks at the end turned it in their favor. Crazy Kitty surviving with the Rage of Ultron, got so dangerously low, but played around the cover of the stumps that surrounded the objectives so well. RAD scrapping away. But now this point in particular.
What do you
is
mean
a
the
little bit
J3
less
curse is real? I didn't even
forgiving
say
for those
anything.
flyers, not as much cover.
I
It depends
initially
on where you
said
wanna
RAD
take
was
that
going to win,
initial
so how
fight
am
on
I
the high
cursing
ground
RAD by them
towards
winning the
point.
round? It
also
doesn't make
takes
any
some time
sense.
for the point to unlock, but we've really set two different flavors of compositions. And Lugia, don't tease me with the Emma. I'd be so excited because the Emma is so strong at peeling for the soft guys.
I don't think
Venom brings
Emma
you.
is strong right now, chat.
Oh,
I do
shit,
not
the
think
full
Emma
supply
is
here.
strong right now.
From Ducky. Who is the mugging target? Kit Kat's the likely one here. You can put it in the doorway to try and guarantee that someone's walking on through, but nice, it seems to be avoided. DRP is who they want rolling on through with the diamond form already, but straight away in comes the metallic barrier, and it seems like Reason Gaming would be able to slip through the clutches of RAD. They were expecting this one already, and now RAD, they only have low ground control. They need to rotate around.
I like that RAD are using the Cloak and Dagger too. If you're going to play this more frontline brawl, then the Terror Cape is just going to be able to maximize damage, because that's what RAD felt like they lacked and why these fights seemingly go on forever. They want to end it once and for all, but the picks from the sky is what I'm talking about. These flyers don't stand a chance against Ballast.
Yeah, the double damage boost on Ballast is just absolutely deadly. Mash has gone too far. All out of Tails, all out of Hope, all out of Friends as well. While Seijiro is down, there are still two strategists to try and play with. An aggressive play from a Cloak and Dagger.
Bro,
is
I'm
not
telling you,
enough to
Reason
save it.
Gaming is
First
looking
cat
like a
goes to
team,
Reason.
though. They are looking like
And
a
you're able to
real
build up to
good,
almost
well-oiled
four
machine,
ultimates
bro.
from the side of Reason. We've talked about Venom being that
I
setup
had
guy.
no
You have to
faith in
go
them
through
beating
it.
RAD,
Reason
and they're
Gaming can-
actually-
this could be the
they're
meta
doing
for
really
them if
well.
They keep leaning on this leader, and Ballast can finish it with the combo. We'll see if they opt for that, but being able to defend, these are just some tough choke points that RAD have to get through.
What do you mean now that I
not
say
even
this?
Excluding the fact that Ballast
I can't say it before the game starts because I don't know how they're going to play today.
Yeah, Ballas over here with a double pocket. Just so hard to try and remove, but seeing that Lugia Goat is beginning to encroach upon their territory, they move over to the low ground. Homework's been done here by RAD, but it is going to be shut down pretty quickly.
Also, Lugia and Mash, chat, for if you remember, Lugia and Mash, I think were on my team for the Boger Bash, and we won.
You can see the Ensong Inferno is ready to go at a moment's notice as well, but for the moment, Reason Gaming have no real reason to have to commit to this fight. Crazy Kid is going to give them one. The Rage of Ultron.
Maybe the missing piece is actually me. If RAD has me on their team, they would be winning. Chat, thoughts? True or true?
The carry has been slain, and now from the sky,
Bless you.
rains down fire, and Vertigo is the direct target.
And this is 85% for Reason Gaming, and Rad's backline is in trouble. There's not much of a commanding frontline presence from Ducky to protect these strategists. You cannot be having them get picked off like this, and when it rains, it pours.
Oh no, chat. GG, bro. GG. GG. I don't think they're even touching. Oh my, yo. 100 to 0?
Over RAD. There was
100 to... Listen.
I certainly did it, but
yo, RAD.
this was looking like the strongest.
You guys have my
in
Twitter.
their
You guys
pool,
have my
and
Discord.
they were able
Hit me
to
up. Give me a
perfect their
text.
execution
I
and go
won't
the
ask for
distance,
much.
of course.
Only like maybe
Ballas,
100,000
none other
per
than him as the
week.
MVP, the
And I'll play
Phoenix,
for you
the
guys.
off-angling, the mechanics to hit all of these headshots to get the picks in their favor, and he also just had a stronger Vanguard presence from Reason.
21 and 3.
Backline
Ooh.
so far out of reach from RAD that they weren't able to tilt the scales when it came to the resources.
The Passivo being able to put out so much more damage here than Lugia Go, I think is one of the more telling stat lines. Just able to get so much more out of these soft dives, and honestly, the big difference maker of that was Seidra. Seidra was hitting every single force physics. Every time Lugia tried to get out, they were getting pulled out of their symbiotic swing, and then was in a very difficult position with any resources to really keep
I don't think you ever looked at
many
it.
of them were being given over to Smashnez to try and match
on my phone
Ballas'
here.
ability to play those off angles. But the real difference maker, as Vod pointed out in our break, was that they have the
H&M, right?
ban. So when Ballas is playing these off angles, they get the Guardian shield, and they can easily outpoke Smashnez, who has a lot of trouble breaking through that barrier.
And just this map, too, is not as friendly for the Groot, and Ducky has just so much more time on that, and we've seen him on the mag in the past, but just wasn't able to be that confident Vanguard at the front. And Mag can do a considerable amount of damage, but just to even start pressuring those strategists, and I felt like Reason Gaming's strategist line was just a lot more well protected. They have less deaths as a result. Like, Seidra only has 1 death, so that is enough evidence for me that they were just more surviving.
Oh no, it says it's open, at least on, not open on the app though.
Let's have a quick look at our replays here, and of course it is going to be filled with plenty of reasons.
Oh, it says hours might differ.
DRP and Ballas, well, DRP at least knows so many of the RAD players very well after previously being part of that chopped roster, so definitely has some insight into how their comms work, maybe how they want to try and play these triple strategist approaches, and likely was briefing the remainder of the team.
This has been so exciting. Reason Gaming get to kick off our series, and this is only a best of 3. We never got to see what Rad's map pool is going to be like in terms of picks, because they've never lost a map, and the ball will be in their court to figure out where Rad want to go, so you guys won't want to miss it. We'll see you after the break.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That. Is Dive dead in bro play? No, Dive is still very much a thing. It's just yeah, Dive is still good. It's just that was just 1 map. I'm pretty sure. Plus they were diving. They had a Venom. They were both of the teams were. They had a Venom. The Venom was diving. They had a White Fox also going in. They were kind of diving. Daredevil is still really very much played in this tournament. Yeah. Cap is played. Yeah. I'll dive on you. What? It's just that a lot of people. Oh, Psylocke. Psylocke is also a lot played very. I love Psylocke right now, chat. Psylocke has been so much fun, bro. So much fun. Is the Invis skin worth it? That's up to you, bro. Why Invis and Luna always have better skins? Cloak and Dagger is crying. Well, Cloak and Dagger just recently got a skin, and it's a really good skin. Some teams do ban Strange in the tournament gameplay, but if you do that on your ranked ladder, both teams won't have TP, so that would be really bad. If you guys need it, it's like, what happens if you ban Strange in like your comp games? You ban Strange, but like you're the one that ends up needing it at the end of the game. Sucks. Yo, what's up, Stellar? I like the Cloak and Dagger's pimp skin better. That's a good skin. I like that. How do you feel about the new map? I think it was a good call to have the map with wall hacks during a dive season. No joke. I think
this is why you want to tune into Marvel Rivals Esports on the Marvel Rivals Twitch and YouTube channels.
I don't like that. Oh, my dad texted me, by the way. I don't like the wall hacks.
But Lemon Kiwi and Light Day, we had such an insane map 1 on Krakoa. Yes, it was a C9. I went back through the time stream and was able to
It was a C9.
Yes, unfortunately, Ballast did not touch at the last moment, but it didn't matter. 100% to 0 in that last one, Lemon.
Oh my god, dropping 10 final hits and 32,000 damage. Ballast stood above the rest, and that's why when you run the triple strat, you need someone who can go X Games mode, and Ballast did just that. Was able to also adapt his hero choice from the Sylar going to the Phoenix, and able to rain down at a safe distance away from the dive, which already sort of a compositional change from the RAD side, where they usually play the Groot on Krakoa, going now from the Ducky to the Mag. Was that adjustment, because Groot does play very different than the Mag in terms of how aggressively forward you can be.
I think that's a big thing to note here too, is especially the compositions. Like RAD, they didn't have their comfort zone, as you talked about with the Groot. They didn't have the Mantis to be able to use the team up with that as well, and also have the damage boost. I think that was a big difference maker here, but I think the Ultron from Nocta, like Day, we never saw this from them in week 1. They were just keeping that in the back shelf, ready to pull it out at a moment's notice.
I mean, it fits Nocta's hero pool fairly well. Nocta's biggest talent, I think, is their hit scan aim. Previously played quite a bit of Hela in previous patches, as well as a little bit of the,
we're going to Central Park. I love this map.
Be in their hero pool.
You know what makes my heart very sad?
Tough truths, but the Ultron definitely seems
We're not seeing a lot of Bucky, chat.
As well as being really
We're not seeing a lot of Bucky. It hurts my soul.
Ballast. Obviously, being a duelist player, they know the best times to be able to allocate over those resources.
It hurts my soul. We're not seeing a lot of Bucky, bro.
And also very survivable. We rarely saw them get caught in the range of Ultron, which is a fairly vulnerable strategist ultimate compared to the other strategists, because you're only getting 50 healing per second, and of course your hitbox is quite large as Ultron, especially with all the drones around you. So being able to stay alive and keep kicking during that and get the full value out of it was really important to the overall survivability of Reason.
And we're talking about value of duelists, right? We're talking about how great Ballast is, and we wish we got to see more of Smash.
Because he's not in a good spot.
Stats
you know why he's not in a good spot?
7. So
all y'all people crying that Bucky is overpowered when he had a 44% win rate.
Well, we're going
and all
to
you guys
Central
were crying,
Park
Bucky,
for map 2, and you talked about this Lemon that we didn't get to see.
And now look what you guys did.
Actually pick their
you
own
guys,
counter map
your fault.
Because they've been undefeated until that first map loss, so they just got dished out.
Yes, they're all playing on a new
Central
patch.
Park,
This is the patch that we
I feel like this composition actually works pretty well here as well.
Yeah, RAD are very good at this map. They went up against Crownfall, and
you guys don't try to hide, chat. You guys
and the Invis. They even played some Punishers, some Elsos, really unique. But hopefully we get to see Ducky back on some comfort picks with the group. But is that going to be allowed? Because he'll still play it without the Mantis. But I don't know. Maybe we could see more changes out of RAD. There's been also a week between the last match.
So we saw in Americas, at least, that there was an Ultron ban at one point. Like, Day, you've always been, you know, the simple answer guy for me, and that's all I need from you on this one. Do we see the Ultron ban come out?
Longer answer here. It depends on how much RAD have internalized for trauma from that map, because it was a very weird set of bans from Reason. Going for that first protect on Mantis over either Gambit or Elsa. Gambit was the option that they had available there. Do we see an early ban on the Mantis from RAD?
That's true.
I think is
No,
more
you're not gonna
pressing
ban
because
Mantis
the
early,
Ultron,
chat.
it is
You
good,
know,
but it-
because if you ban
don't do
Mantis
best
early, you're gonna
with
give the other
Mantis,
team
you can
Elsa,
get that double
Elsa,
damage boost. I'd
Deadpool,
be
Tank,
more interested to see if
or
RAD
Gambit.
go
You're not
for
gonna
it.
do
If
that.
they
That's
get
Reaper for 6
first
months.
two
Appreciate
bans
it.
where we get the double stop before we get a protect. If we see maybe an Elsa ban to start off with, followed by, instead of maybe a Gambit, maybe the Mantis ban, knowing that it's such a huge part of Reason Gaming strategy. And I imagine later on in the draft, especially if Mantis is secured, we are going to see an Ultron ban.
And I just worry about Reason Gaming here, but maybe not so much, because when they did go to Central Park, it was against Virtus Pro, and we don't want to talk about the defense and the amount of minutes that Virtus Pro put on them. But it's someone like Nocta really floundered going to so many different heroes to try to adapt to Virtus Pro, but that's what I like about Reason. They are not afraid to swap up their compositions and swap up their strategist lines, whether it's double or even triple, or worst case, you can have your duelist who's not so having a hot day going to that third strategist like an Adam, which we saw Reason Gaming do if you just need that extra forgiveness in some of these fights.
So many interesting compositions that we can see come out from Central Park. That's why it's one of my favorite Convergence maps that we have seen. But these teams are going to give it their all. I mean, Reason Gaming must win for them, of course. If they get this, they're not guaranteed to make playoffs, but it makes it that much easier for them, especially against the rest of the competition. And RAD, again, they want to secure their playoff berth, and getting the win here guarantees them that. So,
oh my
don't
God,
want to go down. They don't
I
want to
think
be
they're in the
questioning
most
their
chat.
positioning, especially because of how strong
Being
the
in the
other side of
position
bracket will be from them,
to beating a
from
team
Group A as
and
well.
then
you
making
talked
sure
about, like,
they
the
don't get to the
Mantis, definitely be a
playoffs
priority. A big thing to note
is a
here,
very
too. RAD are playing on
scummy
attack.
thing,
Every
but at the
time
same
we've gone to,
time,
like, a
it's
combo or
actually very
convergence,
funny.
Typically, they do opt for the attack side
Oh,
instead of the
man.
defending side, where we typically see that be a little bit of a difference from the strategy of other teams. And I think they just like setting the tempo in these games. But we do have map 2 Central Park.
Oh, by the way,
for
Death
Convergence
Reaper for 6
about to
months.
go
Appreciate it. How you
down.
doing?
Reason versus RAD. Take it into it.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
Rad
there it is
saves
again,
the Mantis
early
this time.
Protect on the Mantis Lemon, and this is once again potentially like Rad have to make a choice here. Do we ban the Ultron first, or do we try and get rid of the Elsa now? Because if there's one thing that's worse than a double-pocketed Phoenix, it's a double-pocketed Elsa, and they know that quite well.
Ooh,
And maybe
a
happy
ban
group
on the
that'll
Elsa
get
and Gambit.
Mantis as well, but
Both teams are
this is
going
a
to have
different also
Mantis. Chat, I think
duelist
Mantis is.
line
I gotta
for
do my
Rad-
tier
wait,
list still.
sorry, for Reason when it comes to this map, it was a rude awakening for Simba to have to face Virtus Pro, the #1 team in the world on Central
Chat, if
Park.
you guys want to know
So
my
now
opinion
we
on the
may
new
see
map,
the
go check out my
different
Twitter.
result, having
I gave you-
their
I
more
put all
core
my
members
opinion there.
join us, especially with how warmed up Valis was from the first map.
I expect to see an Ultron ban here. Maybe from both sides, to be honest. Like, you do not want to deal with Ultron Mantis on the other side, given that we have seen now the attempt at the RAD mirroring this. This is going to make sure that perhaps a Vanguard Deadpool can go through. You can see that there's really a lot of deliberation. The Vanguard Deadpool gets banned away. So now Reason, I imagine they're just going to protect the Ultron to continue playing this double boost comp.
That's actually really good bans. Gambit's banned, Elsa's banned, Tank Deadpool is banned.
Torch in this lobby, I think I'd be looking at either Smashnays or
What
Crazy
that is
Kitty. They both have
this?
fantastic
What are
torches.
your
Maybe
opinion on
Smashnays
mayonnaise
just
on
about
donuts?
ekes it out in the Torch versus Torch. So for Rad, if they can secure themselves
Nah,
the Ultron
go
here,
to
that
jail.
might
Don't
be an
skip
option.
go.
We saw
Don't collect
some of the
200.
Shikigami
Go to
won
jail.
over on Na'Vi on Central Park previously, playing that triple flyer composition.
I love Central Park exactly that because of so many of the unique compositions that can come out just for even that point defense.
You know what's
And how
actually
teams
really
are even adapting
delicious?
compositions
Spicy
depending
mayo,
on
though.
what part of the map you are on, and we'll end on a Ultron Protect there. But yeah, so many flyers, whether it's the Torch, the Angelas, even the best of teams can suffer against some really niche compositions. But I'm looking forward to see the resurgence of the Vanguards on the
Oh,
Rad
they
side.
banned
No Torch. You don't get to
Torch.
see a Torch ban every day.
You know what? That's that's very much a Smashnays respect, I think. Like when you're going up against Ballas, like You want to
oh,
try
wait a
and
second, let
make
me get
sure
something
that you
real quick.
don't have to deal with a Torch
nice.
versus Torch, because I think Torch is probably the best air-to-air duelist that we have in our roster at the moment, being able to get in close to those flame clusters and just absolutely decimate a larger hitbox of someone like an Iron Man. As we roll out, though, this is definitely where NA is going to get a screen grab of our protector. Like, EMEA's off the goop, bro. They're taking the whimsy juice. They're getting silly over there.
But everyone should be taking notes on EMEA, okay? Because best region, we have the number one team, so we're better, and we will not be arguing further. But we will be looking at the recent gaming defensive composition, of course, the triple strat, and also...
Wait, do we have a Bucky?
DRP on something not Magneto?
Do we
Is
actually
it
have a Bucky?
real? Because DRP was
I mean, this
so
is my
good at
favorite Bucky map.
commanding the
Maybe
space, and I think
maybe
it
the
was a
pro
huge reason
players,
why
instead of
breaking down
practicing
the
and
strat
scrimming
line
against
of
other teams to get
RAD.
better, maybe they
But
just
what's
watch
great
my
about the
VODs and
road
see what
at
I do on
Fellow
each
Group
map.
main
And
is
that's
how
what they
you
do
control the real
in their
estate.
pro
You can
games.
block
Chat,
off
think
some
about
of
it.
these heals,
If
too.
you guys had to say
And
who's
of
the
course,
best
with
player in the
ult
game, you guys would say
charge
J3.
nerf, Groot's ultimates are just going to get more bang for your buck. So I'm really excited to see DRP on something that's not mag.
Oh shit, we actually do see a Bucky. This is awesome.
I'm going to be able to give away some miscellaneous sustains for the remainder of the team as well, so maybe you don't have to have so much of your Mantis's resources and spores used to keep the team topped up, and instead can just dedicate them all to damage boost to make sure Nocta can get some as well.
Rad have Lugia back on the Hulk.
False,
I
the
like
best
this
player in the
soft
game is
pressure on the
Necros.
high ground and make sure
That would be true
Ballas
if I
isn't
didn't
gonna
beat
be
him
off
twice in
angling
2 different
on you.
tournaments,
You could even
especially
pair
one
up
on LAN.
with the Magneto, but you got a Bucky. These neutral pulls huge, and Rad can go in.
Oh, smash.
Oh yeah, look at the Bucky. Look at the Bucky. Look at the Bucky.
Done there as well, breaking down the Ironwood wall, making sure that DRP did not have that immunity. DRP
Look at the Bucky, bro. I'm liking it.
Here, but so many members are quite far
Picks
away.
or it didn't happen.
Re-engage work. Out comes the Magneto first.
Unfortunate then for you.
Teleport, by the way, just about have the cover on that back point, giving everyone else time to commute back onto the point itself. However,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know Smash Naz watches J3. Oh.
It's an old meta lemon, but it checks out.
Oh.
And it's great in these neutral fights. You gotta applaud this fight all to Smash.
Oh.
An absolute menace cleaning up the fight. And the fact that you didn't even get to see that first cycle of ultimates. Almost that strangling prison, almost that invisible boundary. A lot of good sustain here on the side of Rad to be able to build momentum. But I want to see rather those ultimates come out near the end of the point. Because now this defensive corner is going to be stronger.
See, now this is actually very interesting. Why is Reason Gaming playing the what do you call it? Moon Knight. I don't think Moon Knight is good into that. I mean, they are running a Loki, but
really be something brought off. I tell you what, we're seeing a Moon Knight come out of Nocta as well. In comes the hands of Khonshu directly onto the invisible boundary. Smashing has managed to move their way through it. Triple heals from Triple Strategist certainly is more than enough to try and survive what's been brought their way. But Nocta is at least going to be able to buy all of this space back and give a little bit of a more aggressive posture to Reason and stop Rad's momentum in their tracks.
And Moon Knight is such a good counter to a Loki when you can distribute all that damage amongst the clones and amongst this stack that is Rad. But looks like Lugia is done with your business. Is going to go and bully the front line. Actually has to disengage because he dropped the half health so soon. Looking for the strangling prison here for Rad as he survived.
wait, he missed his ult and didn't get shields. What's Reason Gaming doing, bro? They're falling apart right now. That guy literally just ulted air and just had no shields or anything and fell over.
Try and play with, waiting for DRP to drop the shield. The timing's perfect as the hand of Khonshu once again drops. All in to try and take out Lugia go, but guess what? They're just straight into their strategist ultimate to try and keep themselves sustained. Quick copy. It's going to be the.
Is it Zanhi? Appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. Welcome, welcome.
Unbelievable target focus from Reason Gaming right there. What a beautiful play.
Reason Gaming can shed so much time off the clock too. With having this high ground advantage, it's actually very hard for Rad to be able to see the strategist, to see who could be on the top of that hill. So you get this natural advantage for Reason Gaming along with the high ground that someone like Ballas will be able to output damage on. Then there's the mini game of dealing with the Ankh from Nocta. When is that hand of Khonshu gonna rain down on such a small lane like on this map? So Rad have invested so much. All they have is sustain with the invisible boundary, but depending on how that's placed, you may be able to exclude some vulnerable members from the fight or force them into an engagement they're not ready for.
Look how Passable gets bubbled on the way out of their soft dives as well, just to make sure that you aren't going to see one of those Seijiro-style pulls already. Lugia falling low when it comes to this damage. Balance is just absolutely pounding with the Phoenix players here. Out comes the hand of Khonshu. Crazy Kitty has to try and flee away, and Noctis going to be punished for that slowing effect.
Nah.
But the invisible boundary was absolutely critical to make sure that they are going to be taken down. But Smashness out-aimed in this case by Ballas. The young
I think anything besides Moon Knight is a lot better, chat.
Expecting all of the MEA, looking towards the back. Many strategists put together. Passimo is going to try and figure out a frag from the back of it after Seijiro needs to be escorted away. Leap interrupted by a fully charged Mad Cannon, and Lugia has no hope of surviving. Lost in the middle of Reason.
Reason Gaming stall out yet another fight. The Ensong Inferno RAD are just barely escaping from this fight, but strangling Prison with no answer from Reason Gaming. So look for Ducky to really set the tone for this fight. You could also just surge ahead with the Soul Resurgence from Crazy Kitty. See what you can get from there. So much sustain for RAD, but they gotta get to that finish line, and you gotta put Reason Gaming's backs against the wall.
This time, Mash copying over Soul Resurgence. Not keen on being fragged out of this one yet again, but DRP takes to the skies. 19 charge on the Meteor M. Once Crazy
Oh my god, bro.
It's perfect.
Popping your ult and then getting a big meatball in your face. Oh my god, dude.
Onto Nocta, but Seijiro's getting one of their own. Passimo in towards the back. Mash found in the rubble. Might be turned to bricks themselves here as they're absolutely breaking it while being followed around by Passimo. Vertigo just have to play for their own life right here. Ballas has their soul pulled from their body by the force physics, and it's just going to be the vanguards now of Reason Gaming doing their best to play out for the time piece of the Abyss. Nocta's already tried to soften them up using the hands of Khonshu, but the counter fire here from Lugia is getting some real value, and Seijiro's already gone down. It's sort of out its trade. Ducky places themselves in the corner. A little army of walls, a safety space, a safe space for the group, yes, but it's not going to be a safe space on the point. DRP, the second they get on there to contest it, is gunned on down by the Phoenix. Smashness has finally returned, and he's back with a vengeance. It seems RAD have found their man, they've found their chance.
Well, okay, just making sure.
Time to do it. Only 30 seconds remain before they get the
I thought, like...
And Ducky has found his place in these fights. Beautiful walls to really force Reason through these pseudo choke points. And Vertigo, who's able to place a forward invisible boundary to really solidify Rad's position.
I want Rad to win this, chat.
Maybe harass on the back line, but
So
Rad
we can
stay
see a map
focused,
3.
and they focus
I want
on
to see the
dealing
first
with
game of the day go to a map 3.
on the front, so they can get this payload towards the end of point B. But still 90 seconds. That was a very considerably strong defense from Reason Gaming. And now it's time for the Strangling Prison.
ambitious beginning.
I'm in the right saying Mag's ult feels a bit weak. Oh, trust me, from personal experience, I don't agree with you.
It's going to be the hand of Khonshu in the back. Definitely a little bit targeted, doesn't hit that many players. And the rest of RAD now with the speed boost given over by Crazy Kitty say, okay, you want to use your ultimates? We'll just claim all of this space as you didn't pay.
Also, they did buff Mag's ult. Made it a lot faster.
Only a minute left, and Reason Gaming, they feel desperate. They're throwing down some healing, and RAD have them exactly where they want. The card almost towards the end, halfway to this point, and RAD have built up towards another cycle of ultimates. Reason Gaming are trying to keep their heads above water, and RAD are drowning them.
Oh, the timing could be good, yes.
Oh, nice. Nice. Nice little combo right there. Oh, there goes what do you call it? Mash again, dying to a Magneto ult. Mash looks like me out there, bro. Oh, no, that was Crazy Kitty that got hit last time, I think, right? Wow. Great hold on second point by Reason Gaming, but their third point kind of got rolled by RAD. That was like a 1 minute third point push.
To move forward with their Soul of Resurgence, they had Reason Gaming stuck in their castle. And then RAD kept investing. Reason Gaming got so panicky, so desperate. They just used ults as soon as they had them. And we both like kind of held our pearls when Kit Kat brought the Eternal Bond, when I didn't think Reason Gaming
both
were
of
ready
them
for a
held
fight,
their
but that
pearls.
was more of like a stability or stabilization decision, and Reason Gaming had respawn advantage, so I think they could have slowed things down, try to have a full reset, because the payload still had quite a bit of time left before it got to the end. But Reason Gaming just need a strong leader to calm people down in those moments, because now a full cap on this map is so difficult to do, and at 26 seconds for RAD, Reason Gaming, they have a lot ahead of them.
All right, with Nocta moving back over onto the Ultron here, I think I may have preferred Nocta to move over onto the Mantis. Just give Ballas a little bit of that additional survivability as well as damage boost. I don't think the Moon Knight in the end got a huge amount of value, but it did at least make MASH a little bit easier to get rid of.
Yo, Kit Kat, you need to pick a character,
Like,
bro.
like, yeah, you had Hand of Conjures like every fight.
Uh-oh. Yo,
Old
Kit
knows
Kat.
where.
Kit Kat,
Like,
you gotta pick a
Moon
character,
Knight
bro.
is still
Oh my
farming
god, that
those.
guy.
But I also really appreciate
Looking like one of my
Duffy
ranked
being
teammates
back
out there
on
going
one of
AFK
his
for the first
best
minute while we're all
heroes.
like,
Now
what the
he
hell's
was
going
able
on
to
here? Why are we
box out
losing?
the fight, and he'll be able to box out Reason Gaming on the approach. So look to how Reason Gaming are going to get around
Kit
that.
Kat
And
was
you have
pooping.
Emma, though,
Chat,
on DRP,
there's
who be able to
$50,000 on the
save
line.
himself with a
Shit
shield
yourself,
or even
bro.
the diamond form, and
$50,000 are on the line. Shit yourself.
Actual perfect regeneration domain there from MASH, using the vertical hitbox to make sure that Lugia could get out after being pulled by Sadro, the old classic. Up comes the big wall. However, it's going to be survived here. DRP manages to slip away with their svelte hitbox.
I think they turned down the
Just
game
playing
volume
very
a
cautiously
lot,
right
so you
now.
can't
This
really
one's
even
trying to
hear the
expose
game.
themselves. Potentially could be grabbed here by a carbon crush, and indeed it is going to be the case. Doesn't quite get the CC immunity in time, but DRP can't escape the auspicious shots of Smash Nares, and it's not going to be quite so lucky for Paso either. Without their Emma, Reason Gaming just going to be forced to poke away.
Yeah, I don't think this Emma can keep going for those aggressive grabs.
Jay's a pro
and,
self
there's gonna be
shitter.
some changes
Yeah, when there's
to that
money on the
comp,
line, chat,
but
you got to do what you got to
Ducky's
do.
have done exactly what it's supposed to do. It's sectioned off the Vanguards from Reason Gaming, away from their strategists. DRP didn't get help, and they're going to need even more help after the Strangling Prison.
Oh, two squishies stuck within those small health bars. Can't stand up to even regular fire. And I like the Rads here. They didn't invest much more than they needed to. They just sent in the singular ultimate early.
Yo, Rad is looking pretty strong, bro. What's Reason Gaming doing?
The Moon Knight take advantage of this giant stack. That
Oh
is
my
forming
god.
at the
Okay,
front of
I think
this
Moon
choke
Knight on
point,
first point is
so
really
you can
good.
maximize damage, because that's what Reason Gaming really need right now. Follow up to the setup that DRP and Passivo have, and you're going to have the Feast of the Abyss. Maybe get some of these health bars low, but with how spread Rad are, it may be hard to get enough targets going.
Oh, it's perfect onto Crazy Kitty. And now Passo can possibly follow up with the Smash Nest as well. Force out the Insong Inferno for that quick health reset. And Passo doesn't want to try and go down onto that yet. Towards the back. Oh, faces out of existence. But Nocta decided to go back into the realms of reality by firing out their crescent darts. Smash Nest got a great angle here. Onto Balance. Opens up with a headshot, but the turnaround is real. And there is going to be a huge amount of pocket here onto Smash Nest. It's going to make sure that it's difficult for Passo.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to a map 3 chat, which is actually really good. I mean, Rad has 4 ults again. They have another Groot ult. Reason Gaming is coming up on their Groot Moon Knight combo, but I think Rad probably might win this.
That we constantly saw over on Domination, where it's so hard to try and set up to these ones. Nocta sends in the Hands of Khonshu.
They double support ulted inside the Groot Moon Knight ult, which is actually really good because now they're guaranteed to survive it. Plus, they have another Loki ult. What do you call it?
This song as they send down the impenetrable prison of Groot. Ballas holds them at the door, and Nocta's fallen down as well. It's too messy for Reason. They can't execute on their plans.
Oh, and Rad also
Yeah,
doubled up on
might be
straddles.
this might be a GG chat.
And the invisible boundary. You finally had Rad floundering, but Reason just extended too far and weren't able to really focus on the objective and focus around. You can control the space with the Groot. It's not really an attacking type of Vanguard, but more one that can defend so well. And last-minute swaps for Reason Gaming, mainly trying to get a portal for one last touch, or it will be a full hold, and it will be a map 3 coming up.
Passo for now demanding attention. Buying time and space for the portal. Crazy Kitty again going to be the primary recipient of all of that damage that's coming on in.
Oh, nice wall. Nice wall. Oh my god, nice wall by Ducky. Oh, dude. Groot players, when you're a Groot player, I don't play a lot of Groot chat, but when I feel like you play Groot and you hit a nasty wall, and that must feel so good because like you cut someone out of like trying to live. Yeah, we're going to a map 3.
Cannot breach the first parapet of the castle.
No
First
umbrella and
match
no
of the
bucket
day,
of
we're
water
already going to a
saving
match
you
3.
From Phoenix being able to be so far away and so inaccessible. And Passivo did so much for Reason Gaming, but the Ducky Walls, easy MVP for me. You cannot let this guy ever
okay?
have Groot again. The walls were impenetrable. They sectioned the strategist off. The strangling prisons, of course, with the end song Inferno made it for an easy win condition for Rad.
29,000
And not
damage
just
with
the
only
statement,
3 final hits.
Domination coming
Damn.
out of Rad to get back on their own 2 feet.
A lot
after
of
the
damage.
experience on Krakow.
Smash Nez though,
Ducky
29
27
and
0. Get
6.
this man his goat suffix. We need Lugi go and Ducky go. That is an unbelievable
Ducky
line
went
from
27
the
and
crew.
0 with
Doesn't really
0
have
deaths.
means of, like,
Chat,
disengaging
0
from that
deaths.
fight, you know? If things are going wrong, the group's going to be one of the first to go down. What a fantastic bit of survivability from Ducky to constantly be pushing out this threat as well, because he was getting stuck in with 25k damage.
Who is winning according to you? I said Rad was going to win. And if you look at the prediction that chat did, 89% of chat thinks Rad's going to win. They put $2.7 million on Rad, only 300,000 on RSN at 11%. So if RSN wins, that's a big payout. It's a 1-to-9 return ratio.
But just Reason Gaming got too antsy to chase eliminations that they maybe didn't even really need at that point, or at least the risk did not pay off.
Yeah, I think that we also saw, like, great credit to Rad here, realizing when they saw the competition coming out from Reason Gaming. If you're looking at both a Groot and a Moon Knight, they played very split in these 2-2-2s to make sure that there was never going to be a full team wipe off the back of a Strangling Prison and Hand of Khonshu combo. The old Season 1.5 meta could have shown its face, but those splits meant that Nocta was never really able to get value out of a Hand
Yo,
of Khonshu.
Lakers
Sure, it was
man,
coming up
appreciate
a
the
lot,
massive
but
10 months. How you doing? How you doing?
Achieving that much when it was deployed.
And DRP went to the Emma, but it just simply wasn't enough. All the changes, but no solution. We'll find out what the map will be for Reason Gaming after this.
Going to a break. Oh, now they turn up the volume, bro. They turn up the volume for when they're selling skins, chat, but not for the casters or like the game when we're watching. Come on, bro. Come on. Was DRP a part of another team before? I don't know his whole history, but probably. Yeah, I don't know any players' history or anything. I can barely remember even my history, chat. Like, look at her hands, bro. I'm sorry.
Protect your fall,
Wait.
king.
Look at her hands real quick, chat. Come on, that cannot look comfortable, bro. That cannot look. That does not look comfortable, bro. Nah. Nah. I'm just saying, bro. Like, try doing that, bro. That just feels so awkward. She's used to weird positions, bro. What do you mean by that? She has really long acrylics? No, bro. Like, that doesn't seem weird to you, bro? Like, that... Like, that's her pose. Can the new map be played in the tournament? No, the new map cannot be played in the tournament because this. Oh my god, bro! They put the advertising of so loud, but the actual game not loud at all. No, the teams weren't able to practice the new map, so it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you make a tournament with money on the line, play a new game where no one knows or practice it.
Well, back to business as usual for RAD Esport on that one, especially after a dominating performance that we witnessed from them. But the biggest thing, the biggest glaring issue I got to bring up here, the torch ban over banning either Groot or Loki. What are we doing here, Levin?
Just trying to face what you're at least familiar with. And who is familiar with Torch? Like, I don't even blame that. I think you can make almost any composition work, but it's about execution. I feel like Reason really lacking communication. Because when there's group walls or sectioning your vanguards, you need to be able to communicate that. So I don't want to see my Emma in diamond form tackling people with no help. Especially when the Venom is diving somebody else. You need your vanguards to be on the same page and to turn that aggression into more of a defensive stance when those ducky walls came out. But man,
Bro,
performance
chat, you guys might be laughing at the torch ban, but don't forget what happened last week. There was a torch that went 39-1.
Something of that sort in the future for Reason Gaming. It looked pretty well for them, but again, I think the strategy of picking the attacking side for RAD has worked out time and time again, especially because they're able
you trying to run some games?
lock
Yeah.
in who
I'll
they
see you on the
need
ladder
so
right
they
now.
don't get
Invite
two
me.
bans against them like we saw earlier on. So a nice focus for them in map 2. We'll see what the shift is going to be for this next one. Museum of Contemplation, though, we were thinking maybe Midtown. We see that played from a lot of teams, but we've been seeing like so much more of this map, and a lot of teams feeling a lot more comfortable than they used to in the last season, especially during MRC for this one.
Yeah, and Museum of Contemplation, it's it could be a very easy to full hold first point kind of map. We see a lot of first point holds here around these tight 90-degree angles. There are a couple of good flank.
How do I invite you? Do I give you no, add me. It's invite J3 B4-1T3D. That's my name.
Being brutally honest with you guys, is I want to see Reason Gaming get some use out of their protects. Like, why are we protecting Ultros and Ultron and Mantis and not playing them? That ain't on.
Yeah, well, we'll see which mix of compositions we have between these teams. Reason Gaming versus RAD, the final map of this best of 3. Who's going to take it? We'll find out now.
All right, let's get stuck in once again, Lemon, and see if we're going to have similar band draft to last time, because it seems like RAD were kind of drawn into the mystique, the temptations of the Ultron Mantis prior.
The Mantis, bro. I'm liking the Mantis save. It's a little
actually play it.
It's new. It's interesting. I like it.
A Midtown pick from Reason Gaming because that was what they had picked last time, or of course Central Park, which we just saw, but it did not go so well against Vision. So we have never seen Museum of Contemplation from either of these teams, so this is going to be especially cooked up by Reason Gaming, who I think can continue to depend on ballast.
This is the patch that we are currently on playing on, chat. They're playing everything that we are
give
playing.
Him enough resources, but I think it's been a big difference of vanguards, if I'm honest, not in terms of the choices, which no Deadpool, no surprise, but
they're saving
controlling of the real estate based on the vanguards.
Okay, once again, Loki off the table. Question is RAD going to mirror this one? Like,
SW2OP, pre-mass of 100 bits.
Loki taken off the table, indeed. That is going to be the case. This also stops Nocta from falling into the
I'll check later, my friend, but
like, they've got guys, they've got Loki. I'm going to play Moon Knight. And while it does have its places, especially in like spawn break scenarios, we're not... Oh, surely there's going to be an Ultron ban now. If Ultron's not protected, and there is going to be a Deadpool. Oh, maybe you try and ban the Jeff here. Oh, they're going to allow the Ultron to go through. Very interesting. Instead, getting rid of Seijiro's potential to pull, which has actually been very, very problematic for Lugia on these Venom engages. Maybe that's going to give Lugia a lot more room to work with.
And someone like Nocta has been relied upon as that third strategist when things get a bit hectic. And I could see him pulling out the Jeff once again, which is kind of a weird one to throw in your duelist hero pool, but especially with these long lanes on Museum of Contemplation, that healing is going to be great. But would love to see just a natural 2-2-2, because I think that's so much pressure on someone like Ballast to try and carry every single spike.
Asmo Act, appreciate massive 5 months. It's so awkward when my house cleaners come in and I forgot to flush my turd collection in each of my toilets. Bro, you need to go get help.
But we'll see what everybody ends up on, and this is match point, everybody, to see if RAD can qualify or will Reason
what in the
climb
world?
Up in the standings.
Okay, Lugia, as expected, once again going to be showing off that Venom, and it is going to be a lot safer without having to deal with those force physics. Vertigo, on the other hand, does have access to that, but Passivo is not going to be in a position where the force physics is as much of a problem, because they're going to be playing with Vanguard Deadpool here, appearing for the first time in the series after being banned out almost
Okay,
ubiquitously.
well, let's see this, chat. This is a map 3 already. Map 3, map 3. Let's see it.
Ducky has ruined lives, okay, on that Central Park, and looking forward to see him do it again. This is more of an open door to get through, metaphorically and physically. But so excited.
So
to
the
see more
Ultron is still being
Psylocke
played.
too.
Reason
He's
Gaming
to
is
throw
playing
with
like
a
that,
jack, the extra speed, but at a distance, you may
that
need the speed to try and
2-2-2. They're
close
playing
the gap
2-2-2
against
with
Rad's
Mantis
defense.
as like their
Oh,
second
Lugia
support.
feeling the
Interesting.
bravery here, can stay in for so long without that force physics to try and deal with them. What the Vanguard Deadpool is going to bring to the fight here definitely is a lot more wall break on the group using those Dual Desert Eagles.
Reason Gaming need to just force their way through this, but also not ignore those root walls. You don't want to just get damaged for no reason, and keep an eye on where Nocta's going. And Smash, he's sharp.
Oh!
Once again, we're seeing
Someone
the
check-
Mantis not
someone
really
check his
deployed
computer.
by Reason after the first fight. This team does tend to have a little bit of a panic.
Someone
after
check his
fight number
computer,
one
bro.
And instantly swap a bunch of their stuff around. On the other side, Mash is just thriving, living his best life. Ducky has to try and fly away as quickly as possible, but easily gets healed back up to full by the triple strategist. And DRP and Passivo are just eating so much damage as Crazy Kitty has a bunch of safety from which to spout those Encephalo rays.
I think Reason Gaming just needs someone to follow up with Nocta, whether it's a Venom that swings in, whether it's a Jeff that can give speed. It's, yeah, the Flake from a Luna Snow is great and all, but Deadpool's not
Sus
someone who's
gameplay?
just gonna
Chat,
be
they're not
running it
cheating, bro.
down.
They're
He's
not
someone that can
cheating.
add to the damage.
Trust me.
Strangling Prison, though, oh my god.
Oh, instantly gets 3. This one is instantly cooked for Reason. They're just going to be trying to fly
Reason
away as fast as
yo,
possible.
someone in chat might have said it. I
Reason
saw someone
Gaming
say
are
it.
still stuck
Reason
in
Gaming
spawn.
is
Half the
looking
time
like
bank
a King of the
left,
Hill
and
one
have
trick, a
some
Domination
good
one trick.
ultimates
Every
coming
other
up,
game,
but
chat, they
you're
not.
focusing down that Groot in these
They ain't
walls.
looking
You
too
cannot
good,
be
bro.
ignoring the Groot
Rad is
like this.
looking pretty
And
good.
Lugia, as soon as you focus the other Vanguard, he's gonna come diving in your backline.
Oh, that's a lot of charge straight away into the Meteor M. DRP takes matters into their own hands, taking down 2. Ducky's disengagement here is going to be well covered as it's wall after wall being put up behind them. The 3 strategists will survive, none of whom were forced to invest their ultimates in this one, but Ducky's disengagement path is a little bit apart from the rest.
Reason Gaming. Hey, getting out of spawn is the first step to victory, okay? And look at Reason Gaming are commanding that space, and they got the picks too.
Oh, this is a very elusive invisible boundary as well. I guess it's going to be forcing themselves into it. Kit Kat moves forward with the Eternal Bond to claim all of this space as you roll on forward. Yeah, you've taken care of the main damage in the form of ballast. But Sager still has options here, has access to the Fate of Both Worlds, coming in with the dual katanas going up to the sky. The Ensong Inferno drops down on the backline as Sagero is detonated. Doesn't even use their own ultimate to try and survive this one. And Mash sees an opportunity, smells blood.
There's
Oh,
no
in the
way they're
water,
still
so the
holding this,
Mantis
bro.
shall
This is
strike
crazy.
into the hearts of Reason, and they are floundered just before being able to complete
Wow.
their cap.
Reason Gaming just weren't able to keep
Bro,
that stranglehold. You
How are your
had Rad on
predictions
the
so
back
far?
foot. You had the
Today,
using
I
invisible
said
boundary,
Rad was
like,
gonna win
almost
the
near
first game of the
spawn.
day.
But
So
you
far,
really had Rad panicking.
I think I'm looking
The
pretty
Soul
right, chat.
Resurgence, that last kick giving Reason a kick to the bucket. But wait, you have Lugia taking initiative.
Oh, that's so many players inside of a strangling prison. Needs to be answered by Valona, but still they grab Kit Kat. Only a single. Mash is a madman. The accuracy is just off the charts right now. That was through a Fate of Both Worlds. The strategists are just going crazy right now. Cool, an unexpected item in fragging area.
uh-oh.
Oh, I wish Passivo, if we all say a prayer, maybe Passivo will go on the Venom, but somebody has to go on the Strange to portal in. One last hurrah for Reason Gaming, and they need to just all in on this Rad backline. You just can't sustain through this. The poke of Rad has
Wait,
just
they
been too strong, especially with
I like what they
Mantis,
did
which
right there,
now
though. They
all
switched the
swapped up.
support
Rad
player
gonna
to
have
go
their final
TP,
stand.
and they switched a tank player who died last to go to support. I like that. Flexible, chat. Flexibility. Be able to do everything. That's what I like to see.
Strange as well. Someone needs to tag in. To a point, Nocta gets taken down by Smashness. What is this accuracy, blood? Man is gunning them down in the streets.
It's just- the mechanics from Rad is what makes them so well known in this group.
Did he
Yet
just say
another
blood?
Full hold. and at least doing it at the beginning this time. So Reason Gaming are going to be quite fine in the win condition.
Oh my god.
And just fantastic spacing from the defense to be able to sit so
His
far
casting
back
is
and really
funny.
force Reason Gaming
His
to have
casting is
to
funny.
rotate into cover, but there's only so much cover on Museum of Contemplation. I like the effort that Nocta had. Finally, you had some teammates that could follow through with them.
I mean,
but
technically,
I think a Venom would have
this
really
is
added
EMEA,
more to
chat, so
this
you are gonna
drive,
get a
and
little
we
bit
saw
of
just
the,
how impactful Passivo
you know.
was in the past with that Venom, but Reason Gaming will have to have pretty much a perfect defense playing that first
yeah,
corner.
Shib's
And if they give
chat.
that up, things will
EMEA
have a
and
second fight for the
EMEA
end
and
of the
NA
map,
casters
but
are different.
Reason Gaming, you're on your last life.
Well, maybe there might be a second.
If
life
Reason
here
Gaming
against
wins
Nocta.
this and actually is able to
The
full hold
Adam
Rad,
Warlock Karmic Revival is going to be one of the main hallmarks of this defense. Question is, if it's going to come on through, how's it going to be answered by Rad? In the second
I'd
stage
be
of the fight? How many
flabbergasted,
ultimates
chat.
can be forced in the prelude to the resurrection? It's going to be all about long-term planning here from Reason Gaming, as once again they're putting all of their cards into the ballast deck.
DRP guarding that front door as the Magneto that he is so well known for. Reason Gaming, they have ways to peel for any kind of dive that comes their way. Look out for the sleeps from Sejuro and Kit Kat, who can try to help them fade away from their problems. Rad is looking to section off this Magneto, possibly with a Groot wall, and to have Lugia with enough space to dive in, and DRP also has to peel, but not forget what's in front of him.
Yeah, Lugia doesn't even have to exit that quickly if he doesn't want to. And Crazy Kitty on this Wolverine is definitely going to make sure that you are constantly at threat of this happening. DRP has to use their own bubble to avoid the incoming Feral Leap, but the damage is already done. Walled off. It's perfect execution to get rid of the first of those Vanguards. A big grab onto Ballast. Before we can even hit the ground, the Dark Depredations of Lugia.
take care, my friend. Have a great day. Have a great day.
Attempted to shut down on the Wolverine. Crazy Kitty didn't hear no bell, and those adamantine claws tear through Deadpool's flesh in record time. Should be a quick re-engage here off the back of DRP's portal, but already they've lost out on Kit Kat.
Oh no, oh no, that guy went through the port. Both of those guys went through the portal and they just instantly fell over. Oh no.
With mercy, Passivo will stand alone. The purple's there, the damage boost too. Oh, why not just fly it through the portal for a little coup de grace and Rad domineer on the Museum of Contemplation.
And that will qualify them for the
RSN was looking
bracket.
so good after winning that first round, dude, but
for denting the armor, the very shiny main character plot armor of Rad on that first domination.
They couldn't finish it out,
but
chat.
Ducky
They couldn't
with
finish it out.
back-to-back MVPs. It's, I think, a huge strength of Rad to have as good of Vanguards as they do. Whether it's how pivotal the dives from Lugia have been for Ducky to just cause so much chaos with how he splits up these fights. And of course, Rad
Zero
You
finals.
have strong Vanguards, you have happy duelists, you have happy
Oh
strategists that
man.
basically play in Narnia.
Oh man.
and
Oh
just poke
man.
everybody
That
down.
sucks,
Reason Gaming
chat.
tried
That
a bit
sucks.
of a
You
dive
know
without the
why?
Venom.
You know
Of
why
course,
I think
now
Rad
Passivo
did a
was
really
on the
good
Venom,
job?
but too little
Because they
too
were
late.
banning Elsa first, and I
Right,
think a lot of
Ducky,
these teams
zero
practice with
casualties.
Elsa. So if you
That
take
is-
away their Elsa, chat,
it's
they're
pointless.
handless. They're handless.
It's the only way to put like Red's playing Groot and Mag.
They
He's not able
practice.
to
They
disengage.
practice with
He's not
Elsa
gonna
so
make a huge
much that if you
play
take
to
away
live
their
his
Elsa,
life.
what's
Just
going to happen?
Raw skill as well as Vertigo.